Hello, it's Greg Allison with Green Graves Garden and Worm Farm, coming to you on the 17th of November 2020. It is 4:40 p.m. I'm going to do a real quick tour of my garden. This is a post-freeze garden tour. We're going to look at how things are going to be handled in progress. Like I said, this is 17 November, well into November. I've actually had a few tomatoes survive out here until end of December, almost to Christmas time, right in this area right here when I've had tomatoes here. Unfortunately, I had a smoker handle the tomatoes in this bed, and they died out on me. It started right where you handle them, right in the middle, and the death just progressed to each side of the bed. I used to grow tomatoes over here until some smokers handled them, and I moved my trellis over here. I think I'm going to strike this trellis and just do away with it. Maybe next year I'll put it up there instead. But, you know, dadgummit. And I had a tomato plant here that survived. It was green as all get out until this guy picked some tomatoes off, the same guy. You know, it's dying. So, strange business. It was green and growing like crazy until then. And now she's in rough shape, but hey. So I'm going to talk about the shape of things here. This is radishes planted over here. There's my turmeric, still living actually, but you can see it's got frostbit. We've had frost here twice. This is garlic. The garlic should do fine, I would think, although probably the smaller garlic might do better. I'm actually going to plant some more garlic in here and plant garlic over here tomorrow. Not tomorrow. This weekend. This is Tuesday. I will take the holes where there's not some garlic here. I'll plant some more. So this bed will be more planted out, and we'll see how that older garlic does, because that's pretty good size. I usually plant it this time of the year. That's got a big head start. We'll have to see how it overwinters. If it handles like onions, it shouldn't have a problem. For this area, we shall see. But wow, I got a lot of garlic and it's up big. We'll see how it fares through the winter. Although I've had garlic, you know, growing through the winter here every year, so I think it'll do fine. We'll find out. That's a bit of the experiment going here. Just dug up a bunch of pepper plants and put them in the greenhouse. And you can see the holes. I'll put some garlic there. And we'll look in the greenhouse in a minute. The greenhouse, I'm not going to heat it tonight. It's supposed to go to about 30 degrees here. It should stay. Got a big briar going there. So garlic has taken over this, what was this, patch of squash. I planted these squash late. These crooknecks made great, no problems. We got some garlic growing up here in my greens. These are turnip greens. They'll be fine. I can still harvest me some turnip greens. That's collards right there. Garlic, garlic, garlic. The beans have pretty much survived. We've had 2 freezes actually, 2 frosts, but not hard freezes, and they've actually survived so far. Looks like something's been nibbling on them though, because I did have blooms on them. I don't see any sign of a little bean shoots in them, so something has come out here and nibbled them. There's deer around here, and they've ate them slap up in the years past back here. So I'm surprised they haven't ate them slap up. Yep, they've been nibbling on that pretty good right there. They've ate off the ends of it. So the deer are starting to return and nibble my beans. I'm surprised I haven't ate them slap up. So they're not going to make. And I knew that was a stretch, but it was an experiment. And they've actually done better than I thought they would. And here's a winter squash. Some of it is actually survived. That's closest to these trees in the cover has survived. This squash plant, which is a winter squash, but they don't mean it can handle cold weather. Or a fall squash, whatever you want to call it. They call them winter squash, but they're really not winter. No squash is winter. Just means you plant them later. That's all that means. But you don't plant them as late as I did. You're actually supposed to plant them in the summer, late summer, not late fall, or you know, mid-fall, whenever it was I was out here planting. It's been a couple months ago. Let's go back and check the dates exactly. But we'll look at the pepper plants. They should do okay in the greenhouse. I will do a video on our solar system. I've done 2 videos on it, and inside the greenhouse and greenhouse operations, but they were on an SD card of mine that shorted out. So you're not going to get to see those particular renditions. So I'll just redo them in a future video. Give us something to talk about in the days ahead here. Hear the water bubbling and pumping in here. Now see, I could have lettuce all through here. I'll maybe start planting some more lettuce again. Needless. These are my peppers that have been retransplanted out here. They all did take a frost, and look at all the peppers on them. Those black peppers are pretty. They took some frost damage, but they survived. So I decided I'd give them a chance to survive in the greenhouse. I've got a pepper plant in here that's 2 years old. I think it's managing to survive. That's a 2-year-old briar over there. I got to cut it with some weed shears. Brought some turmeric in. Yeah, y'all might have saw a couple months ago, this thing was just lush, dark green. And it was all through last winter. It was just growing like crazy. And then the guy come in here and picked a couple tomatoes off of it. Now look at it, almost dying fast. It's turning, what's left yellow, and there's a lot of dead in here. That's what happens when you have tobacco mosaic virus on a tomato. Don't mean to get all of them. Some tomatoes are more susceptible than others. But more turmeric here. And here's some more pepper plants. Some hot ones. They have some Carolina Reapers and jalapenos. There's plants up here. Those I keep above freezing in here. Unfortunately, somebody left my door open in here last night, so it's 6 degrees in here right now. It will usually stay 10 to 20 degrees warmer in here than outside. Here's a shelf for growing stuff and starting new plants. I got to get that big briar out. We're going to have to take this Shadecloth off this coming weekend, I hope. So, I've done videos showing you how to put them on. Maybe I'll figure out how to do a video for building this greenhouse one day. I can definitely show you all the little pieces of it and how I did it and talk to you about them. That'll be another video. The good thing, all this water in here will help keep this greenhouse warmer, but the water content's a little bit low. It's about halfway down. So this is a 5,000 gallon system. When you count what goes in here and what goes in this grow bed, deep water culture. That really goes a long way to keeping this greenhouse warmer. If I had one on this side, it would do a whole lot better. But it's about halfway down, so instead of keeping the temperature up about 20 degrees, it's probably going to keep it about 10 degrees higher in here at night than it would be otherwise. So we shall. I got these flaps over the fans, and we got a hole in it up there. It looks like there's some little maintenance that's got to be done, but this greenhouse should survive this winter, maybe another season before I redo it. And I've got to do a little maintenance here. Somebody knocked that off. Here's my pocket knife. Good thing about a Swiss Army knife, and then I told you this is one of my 3 favorite knives. The reason is it has a lot of tools in it. I don't carry the one with the spoon and the fork and all that silly stuff, but having a screwdriver can be really handy. If I can get it turning, having an actual screwdriver might be better. I just need to get the screw into that hole a little bit more, so a little better. There we go. That'll be good enough. I'm going to figure out some stuff on this tractor. Quick look at it. Alright, I know what I got to do to the tractor here. I'm going to have to bleed this thing out a little bit. I just got to get the right wrenches. I need some line wrenches. Those look like they're going to be metric. That's probably about 14s, 12s. Any wrench would do. Alright, I'm going to have to bleed it right here. Then I'm going to have to bleed it up here. Yeah, I got to bleed this thing out. So I was out here pulling my sled beds, and I ran out of fuel. I've been driving this tractor since I bought it in about 2009, well, about 2010, I guess. 10 years, never run out of fuel. I always check this thing every few days. I'd be running it. This thing can run on a tank of gas, and this much gas like forever. It don't hardly use any fuel. And it was literally this deep in fuel just a few days ago. And so I got here and started running. And then ran out of gas right here, ran out of fuel, diesel fuel. And I went to pull this, and this thing was ajar. I always, like it is now, sits flush down. I always put it on right. It was just barely on. somebody decided to help themselves to my fuel. God help them if I catch them. And I hope I do. So there you are. That video, I started some video on that. You'll see that maybe later. Or maybe earlier. Let's see which one I post first. So we kind of moved that guy aside and dug it out. That's my last currently built sled bed to put in place, and I've got to get it up there real soon. But I'm going to try to bleed that thing out myself. Maybe I'll do a video on it so everybody can see it. Let's give it a little autumn look here. I do a lot of videos on eating from the weeds and the trees. Because the proposition of my channel is to help you survive, thrive, and stay out of the hive. I've done videos telling you how to plant, harvest turmeric and garlic. Although they're not easy to find on my channel now because it's hard to scroll through my videos. At least for me it is. Maybe some of you don't have the problem. I can scroll through all the other channels all the way to the very first video, but I only scroll 4 months back on mine. You can find a lot of stuff in the playlist though, if you look there. But it's a rural imitation, and I'm somewhat less than pleased by that. But you know, it's, you know, I'm getting beat on a little bit on my platform, as y'all might know. Anywho, I got a lot of videos, like I said, on how to plant this stuff, how to harvest it, how to garden without having to go to the store to buy stuff, because I teach you how to garden organically with what you produce for the most part. I do augment with fish for emulsion, but hey, if you can do a little fishing, you can handle that. What the pilgrims do, right? I only augment the heavy feeders with fish emulsion, like the turmeric. And I've only did it once, and I made good turmeric. I didn't, you know, don't do big heaping helping section. Maybe I'd make even more if I did. But worm tea is a great thing to feed also. Compost. Beautiful day. I am working today. I'm just taking a little break. Got to go back in. I tend to work late. I just wanted to show y'all this. I'll probably post it tomorrow or the next day in the morning. But I'm clearing out an area right here to put an ISO shipping container. I need to clear some things out of my house. So I'm want to redo my house inside. So I need a place to put some of the stuff. I'm considering buying a bus. I might even move into it temporarily while I redo the house. Who knows, I might like it. I might stay in it. Be great for bug outs, right? But I don't know if I can afford it. Things, the costs are piling up on me. That's getting steep. Really getting steep on me. I just don't know if I can handle it. So that's a whole big question. Got a lot of windows here from making some more greenhouse projects. Lumber. This big stack of lumber. It was cut from here. Same as my logs that go into my raised beds. There's lumber here. There's lumber here. Of course, there's those logs there. All that grew right there. I'm going to do a lot more videos on things to help you survive, thrive, and stay out of the hive. I do videos to help you keep your eyes wide open and head on a swivel. That's what most of my videos have been lately. That's probably why I'm in trouble with the platform. Seems to be, I don't know. It's strange. People tell me, I get all kinds of reports, people tell me to trying to hit the like button, can't hit it. Obviously, everybody don't have a problem. There's a lot of people get likes, but for some reason it's limiting it. Some people can't seem to do it. Some people don't get notifications, some do. Some people are getting unsubscribed from my channel. I've had several people tell me that. So, hit the subscribe to my channel, bang the update notification bell, and click all. But come back and check from time to time. Make sure you're still subscribed and you see what I'm actually posting. I do tend to do live sessions on Wednesday nights live. And no, it's not a religious session. I just like to rhyme and alliterate. So give me a break. Don't get wrapped up in that. Anyway, yeah, I've got some more stuff to make a few more sled beds. I got those 3, that one, and 4 more in the back of the trailer. I already bought the lumber for it before the prices of lumber went way up. I'm glad I already got that. It helps to even prep when you're doing wood. Yeah, buying and investing in wood can be a prep. I got plywood in there. I got plywood in my cooler. Yes. All kind of things to prep. You didn't think about prepping with plywood, did you? Well, you should. We'll talk about that a little bit more soon. More on what to get. Because we're getting in one of those times, aren't we? So I do talk about prepping. I do talk about growing, all these things. So you can support my channel by clicking the links below. Right now, there's a special, a really good special, 4-week supply of food, $100 off. And the base price is really good right now. The base price is about to go off. You'll still get $100 off, but the base price is about to go up in just a few days. So go to prepwithgreg.com. Also for seeds, yeah, it's still a good time to get seeds, because you don't know what's going to be available. The internet even be up. I'm really worried about an EMP this winter. Go to True Leaf Market. You can grow during the wintertime. You can grow in your home. You can grow microgreens. Check them out. True Leaf Market. They get all the supplies you need for growing microgreens. Links below. And the links for the True Leaf Market and prepwithgreg.com are just above the video links to my other videos. Anyway, because I had somebody tell me they couldn't find them. So they're there. Just look. Y'all take care and have a great day. Bye.